I'm gonna do what I can for you guys to get all of this in frame. But let's just start with the quick unboxing. Pull to open. Which way? Okay, fair enough. Okay. And for the grand reveal. Alright, full disclosure, this looks a lot cooler in person than I was actually anticipating. Oh shit. Instructions. Not a fan. We'll get there. Okay. I see an Allen wrench. I'm going to set you aside. Nothing left in that. Desiccant. So they took the time to package this in a way that this frame wouldn't even get scratched by cardboard, though that wouldn't happen, but attention to detail, pretty spot on. And all of the hard work just got thrown over my shoulder. Okay, that seems like a waste of a tree. Sure they had the reasons. Alright, so my head stem goes into my top tube. That's very clear. I don't know what this strap is for. I'm going to guess it's so you can fish your cable back out. So I'm just going to leave that on there. It seems like it would be a mistake to take off. I have not read instructions yet. I just want to get this thing together enough to start reviewing. And now that I'm looking at this, okay, push my headlight forward a little bit more. Okay, that goes together. I'm just going to quickly and gently snug this down. I'll make sure my top tube and my bars are straight when it's actually erect. Oh, look at that. Okay, so, yep, you guys are still in focus. That is how these little tabs right here. So these little tabs right here, that's how it locks in place so you can pick it up and out. And actually, let's do that now. Cool. Accessories and documentation. More desiccant, more desiccant. So almost instant kudos to them on their packaging, because I'm going to keep these out for the video, but this is a box I could see myself actually retaining, chucking it up in storage somewhere, don't have to worry about it, and it was really easy to assemble and disassemble, and the way that everything goes in, it's kind of slick. So this is about the best I can do as far as keeping you guys out of the shadows. Safety and compliance. English, French, every language you could possibly need. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 languages. Stickers. Charger. So while I'm going through all this, something I'm going to do right away is plug this in and go ahead and get the scooter charging. Alright, do we actually have any more accessories, or is this going to be... Aha! Yes, of course. These are... Oh, so something that was not actually apparent to me when buying this was that these tires actually have air. They're not a hard tire. They give us spare tubes, which is pretty cool. So these little guys, you can't really see the tire right now, so it doesn't make too much sense. But this would go over the valve stem. And you can see there's a little needle valve in there. And then this is a check valve It's under spring tension, or probably just set rubber diaphragm. And it lets you get easier access to your fill nipple. So, cool. Forward thinking. I don't know if these are actually supposed to stay on or not. I'm gonna guess probably not. I don't know if they expect you to bring this with you, but so it looks like I got everything right. It says to tighten to 5 Newton meters. I used the German methodology of tightening, which is Guten tight. So that's good. Safety and compliance. I'm not going to read a single word of that other than the title. I wanted to go over some of the talking points of the scooter and give some comparison to its direct competitors, and obviously for me that's going to be the OneWheel, the OneWheel XR, and the Pint. Let me first just state that a scooter is going to be a much more user-friendly, stable, intuitive, and safe version of electronic transportation. The OneWheel, not as much. With that said, let's go over some of our talking points here. And usually, you guys, these are pretty spot on because companies don't want to get called out. You know, they don't want to say, oh, our top speed is this, and like you max out 5 miles an hour under. Obviously, your top speed is going to be less if you weigh considerably more, but, you know. Well, let's start out right here. Okay? The OneWheel is about $1,900. Okay? The boosted rev scooter, $1,599. So the introduction of the scooter, right out of the gate, is less daunting than the OneWheel. Because a lot of you guys are thinking to yourself, am I too old for the OneWheel? Is this going to mess up my knees? Am I going to fall? And yes, and probably yes, if I'm being honest with you. I'm 32 now. I was sponsored by a company called Girl in my late teens to early 20s for skateboarding. So I have a fair amount of board time as far as skating goes. I am by no means professional anymore, but at one point I was. So with that said, it's kind of one of those, like, I can ride the OneWheel and I can stay on it and I can shred pretty hard on it and I can do well on it, but I'll be completely honest in saying that I cannot ride that thing for more than 6 or 7 miles without my legs and my ankles and my knees going completely dead. It is a very, very active riding feeling. You feel like you're actively riding, you're actively leaning, you're actively braking. For travel and commute, a mile or two, it would be great if it's not raining. And also you have to take into consideration that your only braking is the vehicle braking itself by leaning, where this has obviously mechanical, friction, and electronic braking. Okay, range on this guy, they're claiming up to 22 miles. Okay, now let's pretend that we're just going with the all-out OneWheel Plus XR. So the range on the OneWheel Plus XR is a claimed 12 to 18 miles. Advantage, boosted. Top speed, up to 24 miles per hour. Top speed on the OneWheel is a claimed 19 miles an hour. And let me tell you, big win boosted, because 19 miles an hour on OneWheel, you're asking for trouble. So hill climbing, they give you an actual grade, 25%, which is a pretty good angle. OneWheel, crush hills, bro. They don't even bother telling you. Display. This actually has an OLED display and kind of like a dash. I'll show you guys that later, but trust me, win on this one, because on the OneWheel, you have an indicator light on the side of the board that you can't see while you're riding. Your other option is to pull your phone out of your pocket, completely draw your attention away from what you're doing, and look at your app, if it even synced. Chances are it probably didn't. Riding modes, 3. So this will also have an app and Bluetooth capability, so you can change your riding mode, which is awesome. So again, going back to braking, regenerative electric braking, meaning that you can dial back on your braking, and as you are braking, that wheel is actually creating power, much like an alternator on a car, and recharging its own battery. The OneWheel does that too, but I haven't actually noticed a percentage increase while braking going down a hill. I just didn't notice it decreasing. So on top of the regenerative electric braking, which is all the OneWheel has, there's a mechanical disc brake in the rear, which is awesome, and then a rear fender stomp, which is a friction brake. This goes back to the days of the Razor scooter. On the OneWheel, yes, you do kind of have a headlight and you do have a taillight. I will say, during the night, visually, you can't see much more than 5 or 10 feet in front of you if it's actually pitch black out. With this thing, you have a headlight that you can actually focus. That's pretty cool. The wheels are pneumatic, as you guys saw in my unboxing. Didn't know that. They are air-filled. Alright, next is the weight. The OneWheel XR Plus is what we're talking about here, is 26 pounds. This guy is 46 pounds. So even though you have a much easier way of carrying this, it is heavier, so advantage OneWheel. Charge time, 3 hours. We're going to call this a draw because it's about the same. Weatherproof. Yep, we're going to call this a draw. Integrated app, we're going to call this a draw. Actually, I'm not going... I take that back. We're not calling this a draw. I'm going to give advantage boosted. You have an OLED display that tells you everything that you need to know. Alright, App Store. Okay. Boosted Boards app. And we'll see how easy this is to connect and if it actually stays connected. One problem I've been having with the OneWheel is it does not auto-connect anymore. Can't get it to do it. So that's another gripe. So our next step is to pair the vehicle. It says press the power button 5 times to put your product into pairing mode. And let's do that now. Start pairing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Okay, wants me to register. Hang on. Say hi to your scooter. Hi, scooter. Alright, so before we do, I'll give you guys a little scan of the machine itself. And there's our headlights. And this is our accelerator. You can see a plus and minus. Actually, it's pretty dark in here. You might not be able to. So that would be accelerate, that would be decelerate. And for the first time, let me do this for you guys. So, very nice display. And I will always be using this for braking because heaven forbid I accidentally hit this as opposed to this. Cute. So adorable. So as you can see in the rear, we have disc brakes. We also have our old style friction brake. You can step on this and that'll slow the wheel down. I don't foresee myself using that. And now that we're at this point, I'm going to go ahead and yank off this plastic. There we go. Feels good. And badass little kickstand. And I suppose whilst I have you guys down here, I will show you how this folds up. It's very simple. You push forward on this, roll this down, and down the bar folds. So going towards the rear, that indexes up with your rear brake. And from here, you can pick it up and walk away. And to release your handle, step on the brake, lift this up. Admittedly, something that kind of spooked me out was the tube and how it locks up, and the idea that it could potentially just collapse on me mid-ride. After looking at the design, so you have a push tab to release this lever, and that's all there is to it. But, so I wanted to point out this stainless hook right here is going to a stainless receiver, so you're not just being held up by this thing in the back. What's happening is, watch that front hook. It goes in and locks very securely in place. It would take a really, really hard crash or a lot of force to break that loose. Check charge. Quick tap and release. Cool, got it. Throttle wheel. Braking. You notice in this one they don't have the embarrassing bell. Oh, I would kick my own ass if I ever accidentally did that. Okay, more about braking, understood. Alright, 1 is beginner mode, 2 is intermediate, 3 is for confident riders. Continue. Always wear a helmet. Yep, sure. Okay, no vehicle connected, so let's see if just turning this on and check that out. So my odometer has 9.4 miles on it. The guys at Boosted have been playing. Oop, there's my headlight. What? Check that out. I don't know if I can turn that on or off without the app, but really quick, let me focus my beam where I'm actually going to want it, which is pretty much dead in front of me. And it looks like something that you can either choose to have on or off. You see the icon right there. Right there on my dash. It kind of lets you know it's on or off, but ooh, the taillight turns on too. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. And it's actually a pretty good looking LED. Alright, so let's change from mode 1, which is 12 miles an hour. Eco. Ooh. Riding style. Shredding. Hills. I want all the power. Total weight. I'm just going to say I'm 200 pounds. I guess 203 pounds. But let's say the average rider, 160. It's cool that it gives you an estimate. So I'm just going to keep this cranked up to 260 pounds. I do not want to subscribe. Alright, mode 3. Put my foot on the brake really quick. Maybe it needs me to get some miles in or something to switch to mode 3. See if I go back to 1. Okay, let me do that. There we go. Okay. Now I wonder if I can change the map while I'm riding. Okay, phone's going in my pocket. Let's see what happens if I push this twice. Oh, sweet. Okay. Alright, so we are learning together. Phone's in my pocket. Double tap. Lights off. Double tap. Lights on. Let's try 3. First okay, now let's turn the light back off. And let's try triple tapping. What? There you go. No phone required. Oh, that's sweet. And move, bitch, get up. Anyways. Alright, time to go ride. Alright, you guys better love me. This is my last GoPro mount. Okay. Don't want it on my screen, but you're gonna go right, so I am in map 3. This is my first time ever standing on it. Got 1 foot on. Oh shit, full throttle. Okay. And just like that, 24 miles an hour. Wow. Okay, that brake works really well. Like if you're not leaning back and you give it full negative, it will send you over the handlebars. Okay, keep on cruising. Oh, that's 25 actually. And I'm actually really comfortable right now. So that was like a quarter negative. Spin of the tires. Oh yeah, you guys, this is a whole lot of fun. I look stupid as hell on this. ZF given. Alright, we got a hill in front of us. That was a solid 25 the whole way up the hill. Alright, now the question, will it go through gravel? Go figure, I've never taken a scooter on gravel before, but gotta admit, it's a little hard to commit to giving it full throttle. Woo. I'm just kind of drifting right now. I am doing, well, I was doing 17 back there when I was saying I was drifting. But it's pulling me through this really, really easily. All right, and full throttle again, and oh, 24, slowing back down, and full throttle, 24, and brake, full brake, almost completely standing still. Alright, when I get to flat land, I'm going to show you guys the responsiveness of the throttle. So going from almost nothing, barely moving, 24, and full brake. I should say, actually, you know what, I should probably try out the other brakes. Alright, that was just rear disc. That was rear disc and engine braking. Slid the tire a little bit, no big deal. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but when I'm accelerating, it lifts me up enough that the front tire actually spins. Tilt you down, give a listen. Hell yeah. Ooh. Up and over curbs like it's nothing. Okay. Dismount you goes. So it only took 1 bar. Push and hold. Okay. It's starting to snow. And I'm going to push forward on this a little bit. So I don't know how fast that's going to come down. Apparently not very fast at all. Cool. And click. Now we pick up. I want to show you guys the little kickstand too. Kind of cute. But this tube, it's thick, you know. So okay. So I yanked a little bit too hard, but up and off we go. I'll tell you guys right now. This is considerably easier to carry than my OneWheel. I don't know if you can see me in my reflection or not, but this is like carrying a suitcase. You know, I can so all right, so my GoPro mount right here is making it so this isn't engaging fully, and when I lift up hard, I yank that right out. So snap my mount off. Okay, now I can see she's locked. She's not going anywhere. All right, let's walk back to my car. Hello, beautiful. Yeah, I could walk indefinitely if I needed to like this, but unlike the OneWheel, if this thing dies, let's put our little kickstand down. And again, to get this up, simple as that. And push this out of the way so that can go forward. And that locks into place. And that holds it there. So unlike my OneWheel, if I needed to, I could use this just like a Razor scooter, and I wouldn't be completely screwed and have to carry it. Because the only time I've ever carried my OneWheel, it sucked because my battery died unexpectedly, and I had to carry it back home. But this you could ride home. Dead battery, not a problem. You still have a scooter. I'm pretty pumped on this, you guys. I mean, like, it's definitely no STI, but that right there is money very well spent. I am incredibly impressed. And then here's our charging port. Nice waterproof seal. It also snaps over its little grommet. Very cool. And again, really nice machining here. So, pushing this back. And I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Yeah, I can, okay. So, unlocking this, and that unlocks that tab right there. This goes down, clicks into place. And again, this is some beefy hardware. You're not gonna rip that out. So, all right. Grab my, I failed with my attempt of trying to use this, but I'm gonna pick this up and carry it back inside and we'll finish our review. Alright, so this is gonna be its charging station for the time being, but really quick and easy. Make sure that there's no water anywhere around there. Plug is dry, chuck it in to charge. And you got an indicator on top letting you know that it is charging. Yeah. I'm winded, but I'm winded because that was exhilarating and a lot of fun. And it wasn't the like, I might die fun. It was like, this is awesome. This is totally awesome kind of fun. So here's my old OneWheel charging station. Very quickly just became my boosted rev charging station. I have to admit, you guys, I still love mine for shredding trails. Whitney rode hers for about a mile, and she's like, this just isn't for me. The Pint, I haven't ridden it since the review. Not a fan, sorry. Okay, so I guess in conclusion, you guys, I have to tell you, I feel like an idiot for spending the money on these when this was an option this whole time. Actually, I don't know how long these have been out, but I'm much happier spending $1,600 on something that will actually get ridden than the OneWheels, which, again, they're workout, they're sketchy, and they're just not that intuitive. I know, my puppy agrees with me wholeheartedly. So if you guys were ever wondering, yes, 100,000 trillion% the boosted rev is totally worth it. Alright, so at the mercy of looking like an idiot, you guys already call me a fake rent-a-cop and Paul Blart and everything else anyways, so here it is. So this is what I look like on it. And you see a lot of people riding them like this. Again, this is the rear foot brake. But here I am in position for riding. And if you guys were wondering if you're maybe too big for one of these, I'm 6'7". You're not. I highly doubt you're taller than me. So, very relaxed, almost vertical position, standing. And again, from the side. I mean, my natural arm hang is here. Handlebars. Vroom vroom. So, you're not too big for it, I promise. Again, I'm 6'7", 200 pounds. So, If I can ride it, you guys definitely can. Before you guys ask, the answer is yes. I have every intention of buying one of the boosted longboards, but probably not until summer. It's the start of winter and I literally just got my first flakes of snow here in Washington as I was out riding. So it'll be a little while, but boosted, if you want to send me one for free. Totally kidding, I don't take anything for free for reviews just because I don't want to have to give a biased opinion on it. I personally spent $1,600 a piece on these. I would do it again. If you guys DM me and say, hey Sean, what gun should I buy next? I'm gonna be like, I will say, well, first of all, have you checked out the boosted rev yet? Love you guys, see you in the next one.